The battle between good and evil. Hello, and thank you for joining us again for another episode. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you like this content, consider hitting the subscribe button and share this video if you find it helpful. Also, don't forget to like this video and click the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Father in heaven, your word tells us that we should seek you while you may be found. Bless our efforts and help us to act on the truths we hear today. An invisible war has been raging around us day and night for thousands of years. Two causes are in conflict, good and evil. Man is the prize and the earth is the battleground. Entities from both sides are fighting to gain soldiers for Jesus or prisoners for Satan. Some battle strategies are performed strictly by supernatural power, but most are made through humans. For example, Egypt's King Pharaoh and Moses the Israelite represented both sides, and both human and supernatural powers were employed in the conquest. The end of the great controversy between Christ and Satan is recorded in the book of Revelation, chapters 20 through 22. Read it when you have time. War in heaven. In Revelation 12, verses 7 through 9, the Bible says, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought with his angels and lost. The great dragon was thrown out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He and his angels were thrown down to earth." You may not know why this battle happened. There was a time in heaven when God presented Jesus before all the angels and gave him special honor. Hebrews puts it this way in chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. "To which of the angels did God ever say, 'You are my son, today I have begotten you'? Or, 'I will be his father, and he will be my son, and let all the angels worship him'?" Satan, who was then called Lucifer, was next in command after Jesus. He was created perfect and beautiful. In Ezekiel 28, God says of Satan, "You are the anointed covering cherub that I created. You were on my holy mountain. You walked up and down between the stones of fire. You were perfect on the day that I created you, until sin was found in you." But Satan was jealous of the worship that Jesus received. Isaiah chapter 14, verses 12 through 15 says, "Why did you fall from heaven, Lucifer, son of the morning? Why are you cut down to the ground, you who weakened the nations? Because you said in your heart, 'I will rise to heaven. I will put my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mountain of the gathering, on the north side. I will rise above the clouds.'" And at the end of the passage it says of Satan, "But you will be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." Hell on earth. After Satan and his angels were thrown to earth, they set about deceiving Adam and Eve. After they succeeded, the mind of every soul on earth was aligned with theirs. Every heart was bent on evil, just like Satan's. Adam and Eve chose the wrong entity to follow, as did many others in the Bible. In fact, the first murder was committed in their family because their two sons chose opposing sides. But there were also many others who aligned themselves with the cause of God. Hebrews chapter 11 lists a few of them. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son. And by faith Moses forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. And by faith Noah prepared an ark to the saving of his house, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. Their stories and ours consist of choices that we make for good or evil every moment of every day. The rules of engagement. In the spiritual realm, these fallen angels must follow rules established by God. Even though they have rebelled against him, they must still obey his commands. They can do nothing without his permission. One rule states that if we put ourselves in places inhabited by evil entities or ingest mind-altering substances, we can fall under their control. If we put ourselves in certain places by choice, heavenly angels may be at a disadvantage because they do not go to those places. In these situations, others' prayers for you can help you. In Daniel 10, the angel Gabriel speaks of the warfare between angels and demons in verses 13 and 30. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia fought me for 21 days. But Michael came to help me, and I stayed there with the kings of Persia. And now I will return to fight with the prince of Persia, and when I leave there, the prince of Greece will come. Although we cannot see these battles with our eyes, these forces are constantly fighting over the souls of men. Also, because God never forces our will, Satan must also follow this rule. You must be on his ground or make a decision in his favor before he can use stronger tactics. Both sides use their powers of persuasion to secure our allegiance, but Satan can use lies and trickery as well as the truth when it suits him. God cannot lie, and he can only use truth to convince us, as in Numbers chapter 23, verse 19. God is not a man that he should lie, or a son of a man that he should change his mind. Whether through lies or truth, no one can ever be forced to choose either side. If we choose wrongly, it is always our own fault. The battlefield of the mind. People are composed of thoughts and ideas, and the ability to make and act on decisions. We make many choices: where we work, who we marry, what to study in school. However, at any moment, we are also influenced by one of the two spiritual entities. Their mental abilities are far, far more developed than ours. In fact, ours may seem more like instinct in comparison. Our minds are the primary ground where the two entities collide. Because the battle is being fought through us, if you have eyes to see, you can see it everywhere you go. Attitudes and actions of people at work, at home, and at school are many times not what they appear. Some may think that the thoughts and feelings they have are always their own, but they would be surprised to find that they are suggestions of fallen angels. They love to inflate the human ego and selfishness to cause strife and destruction. Satan is trying to control you when your mind is filled with negativity. Doubt, discouragement, fear, and anger are all his tools to convince you to make a decision for him. But the Bible gives us many scriptural defenses. In 2 Timothy 2:17, he says, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. And here in Romans 8:31 he says, if God is for us, who can be against us? And there is more good news. The spiritual battle that is waging right now has already been won. Prophecy has told us who will be the victor. Will your story end in victory? Thank you for your continued attendance and support. We hope that this episode has encouraged and brought new understanding to you. It is our mission to defend God's honor and to speak out against the evil of this world, no matter the cost. And until next time, buy the truth and sell it not.